Hi there guys, Dan here from Bride & Guitar Academy, and today we're going to do two really cool things. We're going to look at legato, which is a technique which uses hammer-ons and pull-offs to add kind of fluidity to your lead playing. And as an example of that, we're going to take a track called Layla, which you might know by Eric Clapton or Derek and the Dominoes. And I'm just going to show you the intro part. It's a really cool riff to learn, and it's a perfect practice for this technique. So, let's begin by going over this exercise that I want to give you to practice legato. Now, if you've never heard the term before, what it literally means is rather than pick everything, so let's say I took my D minor pentatonic shape 1, okay, which would be up on the 10th fret, which is where I am now, and it would look like this. Okay, so that's D minor pentatonic shape 1, okay? Now, picking everything is one technique. You can go pick, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and the same on the way back, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? Or we could hammer on. So rather than pick, pick, we could pick, hammer on, and then pull off. And that is known as legato technique. What it does is it makes the sound smoother, and it's a widely used thing to kind of develop speed as well, because you kind of half the amount of work you have to do with your picking hand, and therefore can really focus on getting some speed up with your fretting hand, your left hand. So here's a little really basic exercise to start with, okay? And it's literally doing what I just did. We're just going to go through the pentatonic shape, but with hammer-ons, okay? So we're going to start 10th fret, and I'm going to hammer on onto my little finger, which goes onto the 13th fret, okay? Okay, we don't have to put that much force in it. The accuracy is more important, believe me. So I'm aiming for the edge of that fret, if you can see. Then that's just a downstroke, okay? And it's going to be a down, okay? Then I'm going to come to my next pentatonic note, 10th fret of the A string, and hammer on to the 12th fret. Again, it's just a downstroke with my right hand. Same on the next string. Same on the next string. The next string, the pentatonic, I'll be my little finger. Okay? And then the next one, the first and the little finger. Try and use that little finger, guys. If you really struggle, you can use your third finger. That's absolutely fine. That's what we're going to be doing with the Clapton track anyway. But I think it's worth developing that little finger anyway at this point. So, in terms of your plectrum hand, it's down, 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 down. Okay? And the mistake I see a lot of guys doing is something like this. So, it's kind of like this seesaw effect, I call it, where your first finger stays there for now. As you hammer on this, the first finger pops up. It's almost uncontrollable, isn't it? So, obviously, the point there is that that's completely unnecessary action, and if anything, it makes the hammer-on worse. So, you want to try and keep that first finger there as you hammer that on. Okay? Makes it a bit more controlled with the hand as well. Now, on the reverse, we're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to do all upstrokes as we go up the guitar, okay? So I'm going to start here with an upstroke. We're going to start on the 13th fret and pull off to the first fret. To the first finger, which is the 10th fret. Okay, now when you pull off, you kind of literally, I'm actually going to pick the string with my little finger. I'm not just pulling it away. I'm not really going to get much of a sound like that. I'm actually physically, if you imagine plucking the string with the plectrum, there, I'm doing the same thing with my little finger. Okay, so that's the best way to pull off. So little finger pull off to first, same on the next string. Next string 12 to 10, then again, and then 13 to 10. And these are all upstrokes. So up, 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 up. Okay, so all together, and nice and evenly and spaced out, we'd have this. Layla. This is the sound, obviously. right? So, sounds wicked, doesn't it? Absolutely adore this riff. So what we've got, we're in D minor, conveniently, and I'm gonna use the third finger and the second finger here, okay? So it's good for the stretch, and use the little finger for the exercise we just did, though. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start by hammering on my pentatonic note, 10th to 13th. That's a hammer on. Now, on the next string, I'm going to hammer on and then pull off. So we got the pentatonic notes, 10 to 13, and then same on the next string, but I pull off as well. So I'm only actually picking it twice, once here and once here. Okay, now at that point, I'm going to go back with my second finger to the 13th fret B string. Like that. Don't worry about that clash. We'll get rid of that in a second. And then back to my first finger. Okay? Now picking, and I want you to try and follow this as exactly as you can. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Okay? Now it can take a while to get that nice and clean. Okay? But that's what you're aiming for. We're then going to bend the 13th fret up a full tone. Okay? All three fingers behind that bend, make it as stable as possible. That could feel like a little bit of a cheese wire, guys. That's going to dig right in. You're then going to bring it back down, so utmost control over that bend. Up, down, back to your second finger, which lands now on the 12th fret. Okay, now that's a minor scale note, not pentatonic, that's a minor scale note. Okay? Then we're here, third finger on the 13th fret B string, and then back to that root note, which is the D, the 10th fret of the E string. So it's... Okay, then we repeat the first bit again. Except this time, the bend, we're going to go right up here to the 15th fret, give that a full tone bend, which is... Sorry about that. Like that. A full tone is always 2 frets. Okay, then back to that 12th fret again, first finger, B string 13th fret, and then first finger back on the root note again. So I'm going to do that whole riff nice and slow. Okay, so there we have it. So there's the hammer-ons, and then there's also these bends which you've got to really nail at the same time. You know, it's a hard lick. Even Clapton, you know, has gone down on paper as saying that it's the one he enjoys playing the most because it's still challenging, even for a man like himself. So it's going to take a bit of time. Accuracy first, okay? So you've got your exercise, and you've got this little lick to have fun, play around with. And yeah, hopefully you'll start developing this legato. So I'll see you next time.